And I do a lot of teaching now from grade school, throughout college, elementary school, even preschool. I love working with kids. Teaching gives me the sense that I'm learning, and it reminds me that we're always learning. I teach at the Manhattan School presently. I taught for about 7 years at Juilliard and 3 years at Michigan State prior to that on the college level. But I'm always doing master classes, workshops, clinics, and lecture demonstrations for grade school kids that are either in band programs or, if we deal with elementary school, just, to have an assembly and to kind of to entertain them while teaching them something about music or about my travels. And you learn that with the younger kids that if you don't have a lot of time to really keep their attention, so you really have to be on it. And at every level that I teach, even at the college level, it's always somewhat of a learning experience. But I try to give my students that study with me on a regular basis the sense that anything that they want to accomplish, they can, with diligent study and very good practice habits, and just to let them know that you're responsible for your development. And once they see that, practicing no longer is it becomes where it's no longer work. It's like, I'm doing this because the time that I put into doing this, I'm bettering myself. Well, there's a music festival in Savannah, the Savannah Music Festival, and a part of that festival is something called Swing Central, and it's an education component that has now, since its inception, has turned into a competition for high schools, and it was designed at first somewhat modeled after the essentially Ellington competition in New York, but it's a way to get jazz music out to schools, out to high schools, and the competition is just a way to spark interest, like any competition. It's such a friendly competition. A few weeks ago I went to work with 5 of the 12 schools that were selected, and I tell each school that the competition, you hear that saying, everyone's a winner. The people that really want to win and win don't really want to hear that. But in the case of this competition, you really are, because the kids are exposed to the great educators that are also performers, writers, arrangers, composers that are there, including some of my colleagues that are here on this ship. They get a chance to work with the students up close, hands-on, and they teach it at the colleges and universities. And I tell the kids, I said, take advantage of that time. I said, talk to those guys. We're there for you. We want to see you do well. You're the future of the music, and you're the future songwriters. You're the future performers. You're the future presenters. You're the folks that understand that are participating in this competition and in the band, that you're the music for tomorrow. And the competition is really great. It started out in Savannah, Georgia, just a Georgia competition. Then it became regional and included the state of Florida, I think Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina. And now we have students coming from as far as the West Coast. And I believe one year we may have even had a band from Canada too. And when the kids get there, it's great for the kids, but I think it's also great for the band directors also. First of all, going to Georgia. I'm from Georgia, so I'm a little biased, even though I wasn't born in Savannah. It's just a great experience in terms of the Southern culture, the Southern, the food, and it's not quite as big of a price tag as it is to go to New York. And oftentimes the band directors, they may stay an extra day or two just to have the kids to participate in the festival. Matter of fact, Swing Central is right in the middle of a festival. It's not just a competition. They get to, you know, there's classical music, there's jazz music, there's bluegrass, there's the symphony. You know, it's a true music festival, and the kids that come there and the band directors, you know, the parents or the chaperones, they're exposed to that. So they're not just there for the competition. There's so much more that they get from that experience, and that's what I love about Swing Central.